Hello everybody, and welcome to my Extreme Rules 2016 review. And let's do this thing and get through this whole show, because woof, what a doozy today. Last night, and it's a lot of problems throughout this pay-per-view, more than good. And I saw the pre-show, but I didn't see the whole bit with the Dudleys and Cass. Cass is beating up the Dudleys and messing up his finisher almost. But after that, we had Dolph Ziggler go against Baron Corbin in a no DQ match, which was really nothing that much, in all honesty. It really wasn't a no DQ. The only no DQ thing was pretty much Baron Corbin hitting a super nut shot low blow on Ziggler. And Ziggler, I don't know, was this supposed to be like a street fight, or where was it going to go with this no disqualification match? It just looked like it was whatever in a way. And Baron Corbin won, of course, but it's like, did anybody care? I'm not really a fan of Baron Corbin to begin with. He's kind of boring in the ring. I don't think he was that good at NXT, especially throughout the TakeOver matches. He was boring to watch. He just kept messing up everything. I don't know why he was brought to the main roster, but hey, it's whatever. The Club, Gallows and Anderson went against the Usos, who were booed out of the building, mostly, and got a rough treatment out there. The match was alright for a tornado tag, other than the Usos super kicking everything. Pretty much Jimmy Uso went for a splash, but Gallows had a bell, and he dodged it and landed on the bell. But after that, Gallows and Anderson hit their tag team finisher to win the match. And pretty much the Club beat the Usos. But it was alright with the Club winning, other than because most of the time the Club keeps getting the crap kicked out of them. They're not the most dominant group that they were in Japan as the Bullet Club, if you don't know what I mean. But the match was whatever. Kalisto went against Rusev for the US title, which this match was a very weird finish, because I think people thought Kalisto was hurt after pretty much they had to call a trainer in after Rusev knocked Kalisto to the apron of the ring. But then when they had trainers come check him, and they pretty much, and here, where was the DQ at? Like, if the ref's holding Rusev back, and Rusev repeatedly keeps stomping on Kalisto's back and just kept blowing off the ref, he literally just went in, hit the accolade, and just made Kalisto tap. So it was a weird finish to why he is U.S. champion, which I think he will now be a transitional champion since John Cena's on his way back. I think Cena's just going to beat Rusev for the U.S. title, and he will get this U.S. Open challenge thing again, because I don't think anybody will want to see Cena versus Kalisto anyways. And they pretty much, I guess, had medical attention for him. It looked legit at first, but I'm not even sure. But I don't know why a lot of people don't do that. Where was the DQ? I think the ref just disqualify him. So I think now, since Rusev has the title, the U.S. belt, I believe that John Cena will be back, and he will take the belt. Maybe through Memorial Day weekend, or whenever the next pay-per-view is, he will take the belt from Rusev, so I won't be surprised at that. The New Day came out, which got a big pop from the crowd, they were super over. And, Woods is telling everybody, send them photos and everything, and with some sound in the video. But the New Day Rocks, which was Big E and Xavier Woods wrestling, not the Vaudeville, not Big E and Kofi Kingston, which they kicked out of the Vaudevillains finisher. I thought the Vaudevillains were going to take the tag team titles and everything, but the New Day pretty much came back. Kofi hit the kick on one of the Vaudevillains, and Xavier Woods pretty much hit his finisher, kicked to one of the Vaudevillains' head, and won the match. So they were super over. I was kind of surprised that they actually beat them after even kicking out of their finisher. And they've only had one match together. I don't know if the feud will keep going. They won the tournament. They got their right to, technically won a tournament, because since Enzo almost killed himself. But hey, this is what we got now for the this championship. I guess they should have tag team titles, so I was kind of surprised. Next is probably the best match out of the night. was The Miz versus Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Sami Zayn in a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. And this match felt for almost forever, but people loved it. So this is awesome, I swear. And you know, Miz was out there doing his thing, but it was almost like a Ring of Honor thing, especially with Zayn. If you want to say Generico, Kevin Steen, and Claudio Castagnoli out there mostly killing the match. I didn't care who was going to win. Cesaro's hitting the swing. Owens is hitting the pop-up. Sammy with the haluva kick. Miz with the skull crushing. It's like every time somebody would stop the count. And you couldn't tell who was going to win the match. I had my money on Owens, but in the end, Cesaro took the pin, and Miz pretty much won the match after that. So it was a very, very close match. I couldn't tell what was going to go down and win. That was probably the best match out of the night. So I enjoyed it. Now let's get to the worst match out of the night, or I like to call it the TNA Lockdown 2.0 / Clockwork Orange matches. What Raven did was horrible. And if anyone that wants to defend this match, please tell me if anything was good. This match went over for 26 minutes, folks. So I don't know why this went on. And when the match was just garbage, it's like the fans chanted, "We want Rollins, we want Rollins." And I know Jericho and Ambrose tried their best, but it reminds me of somebody said the kennel match, or at least the kennel hellhound match or something with the dogs. And I sit there and look at this match like, whose idea was to make this Asylum? Nobody cared. It's like every time they hit each other with a weapon, it was like, whatever. It's like the barbed wire was coming anyway, but was anybody ever going to get hit with it? And plants and straight jackets and fire extinguishers. But the only time the crowd actually popped was for the thumbtacks. I don't know why Jericho had to take this ridiculous bump on there, really. And most of his arm sleeve was just filled with tacks, and pretty much Ambrose hit the dirty deeds on Jericho with the tacks, and they just had to pull the tacks out of Jericho right after the match. So it's like, what was the point of this match? This match sucked, okay? And Jericho and Ambrose did their best and everything, but it's hard to follow that fatal 4-way. This was worse than Lethal Lockdown, pretty much. And I like Lethal Lockdown, but this was just a bad version of it. It was 2.0 Clockwork Orange. This was probably the worst match of the night. And getting on the more bad thing, Charlotte versus Natalya, in a submission match that felt like it was nothing. Which was just like, my God, what was the point of this, man? It was like even a real good finish. Okay, Ric Flair's music hit. Someone immediately is just dressed like Ric Flair, and it's Dana Brooke. So I guess Dana Brooke has to do something since Emma's going to be gone for a while, and Flair came out to celebrate right after that. She had the figure 8, but this match was really, I zoned out there time and time, didn't even care. I thinking it's going to be a great match, but it's like, who cares? It's just like whatever in a way. And that's like nobody cared. I don't think the crowd was into the women's match. It's like it never got going anywhere. And it's like the crowd was just literally silent. It was bad. But then we get to the main event. AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship and Extreme Rules match. As the fans chanted, "You can't wrestle" to Roman Reigns, and these commentators treat him like he's John Cena 2.0 out here. My God, it's like you had to hit him with everything. Hello? What's up? Hold on. Two minutes, okay? 2 minutes, okay? Alright, just hold on real quick. 2 minutes, alright? Yeah, you can't wrestle, and my God, they went through the crowd. People chanted, "Roman sucks. Roman sucks." And there was just so many bad chants, even them fighting through the table. AJ hit another forearm. But then, and even Roman Reigns, he put AJ Styles through 2 tables, and the fans still chanted, "You still suck. You still suck." And AJ has threw him through a barricade. He even did a Styles clash on him. 2 Styles clashes. 1 on a chair, and he still kicked out. The club coming out, beating up Roman Reigns and doing the finisher. Still didn't work. The Usos thinking they're the Diet Young Bucks with the super kicks on pretty much all the club and AJ did. And AJ just did everything he could. The chairs, the club, the forearms, two styles. I already said two styles clashes, and Styles, my God, he just took a chair and beat the Usos and Roman Reigns like with 50 times with a chair. They booked Roman Reigns like he's God, and we went for one more phenomenal forearm. What happens? It only took Reigns one finisher to win the match, though. One finish, and the crowd was not happy. They pretty much destroyed Roman Reigns tonight, but only the greatest part happened after the return of Seth Rollins. He came out. He pretty much hit the pedigree on him. He had a major pop, and the crowd went nuts when he held up the title in the end. Great, strong main event, great main event and everything, but the finish, my God. What's the next page in the club? They've made them look stupid. What are you going to do? But it's good to see Rollins back, so I guess we'll get Rollins on Reigns, but they may make Rollins the face, or probably the heel, and once again Reigns the face, but I don't know. Overall, this was mostly a shit pay-per-view. Only two good things. The Seth Rollins return and a fatal 4-way. I'll count the main event in a way because it was a good main event, but the finish was, God, come on, we knew we saw this coming. But the Seth Rollins return and fatal 4-way was great. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Check out live reactions, everything. Peace.